Hello and welcome to another video on Aviator Records. I know it's been a while, but trust me, I've really been buying some records and I'm very eager to show them to you. So, here you go. Firstly, I picked up two singles. I'm not really a singles collector, but you know, if I come across something that I really want and it's not too expensive, I'll pick it up. So first I found the Clash, the Cost of Living EP from '79. So this came out before London Calling, and it's probably one of their best singles, I'd say. It's got I Fought the Law on it, but it's also got Groovy Times, Gates of the West and Capital Radio. So a really great EP. You know, the Clash were probably at their peak. It's a kind of a gatefold, which is kind of cool. So, and it wasn't too expensive either. And after I bought it, I found out that these are quite expensive, you know, for being a single. Not like really expensive, but you know. And the second single I picked up, which was last week actually, is Wait Till Your Boat Goes Down by XTC. So XTC is one of my favorite bands ever. And you know, the shop where I bought this, they had two other XTC singles. But I tried to limit myself because mainly I'm collecting their albums, but this song is not on any album, so I had to pick it up. And on the B side you've got 10 Feet Tall. So yeah, really great single, really. Speaking of XTC, the most expensive record that I got, you know, in the last couple of weeks, is this one, Nonsuch by XTC. And why is this so expensive? Well, firstly, it came out in '92, so it's quite rare on vinyl if you want an original pressing. And it's one of their better albums in my opinion. So it's a double LP. I think it's got 17 songs on it. And frankly, I kind of enjoy all of them. There's a few Collins songs on here, like Bungalow and War Dance, which I'm not that excited about. But all the other ones, I mean, some of the Andy songs are some of the best work XTC ever did. You know, it's got the Ballad of Peter Pumpkinhead, Dear Madam Barnum, The Smartest Monkeys is one of my favorites, actually, by Colin. The Disappointed, Crocodile is fun, Rook is, I've heard, one of Andy's favorite songs that he's written. That Wave, Then She Appeared, Wrapped in Grey, Ugly Underneath, Books Are Burning. I mean, this album is just amazing. I will say that it is probably even better than Oranges and Lemons, which came out a couple of years prior to this. So, and compared to, you know, what this sells for on Discogs and eBay, the price that I got this for was quite good actually. It's an original UK pressing as well, so really cool to get that one. And of course it's an amazing album. Next up we've got some German stuff. Trio, by Trio. So this was their first album, but this is a reissue from '82, I think. So it's got included on it their biggest hit, which is Da Da I Don't Love You. You Don't Love Me. So, and this one was really cheap, so, and it's actually better than you'd think, you know. There's no bad songs on here really, but Da 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 I Don't Love You is probably their most famous song, but you know, it's just fun to listen to this. It's got some really fun songs. Great post-punk, Neue Deutsche Welle kind of stuff, if you're into that. So happy to own that. And then last week I picked up this thing, which is a compilation by the Swedish punk band KSMB. As you can see, the condition is kinda crap, but it was so cheap that I just had to get it. But yeah, it's quite good actually. And then I've also got Fad Gadget, the Fad Gadget singles compilation. And if you haven't heard of Fad Gadget, he's kind of synth pop like Depeche Mode, you know, from the early 80s. So some of the songs on here is actually from 79 up until like 84. So it's quite early synth pop, but I really enjoy it. Fad Gadget was actually one of the first artists to get signed to Mute Records, which is the label famous for Depeche Mode. So, and this thing is in beautiful condition, and it even has a small booklet. Some of the best songs on here is probably Back to Nature, Ricky's Hand, Lady Shave, Collapsing New People. Those are my favorites. So I'm really happy to find this compilation. I've been looking for it for a while because Fad Gadget is actually really good. And then all of those records were used, obviously. But I try to pick up records that are in decent condition. But a new record, brand new, that I actually got is this one. It's Exile in Guyville by Phair. And this is some really killer stuff on here. It's a double LP, beautiful reissue from a couple of years ago. And this album was actually, it's actually included on a lot of lists, you know, like the greatest albums of the 90s. And I will agree with that because it's so damn good. It's really striking indie rock. Some of the best songs on here is 6" 1. Glory is really beautiful. Dance on the Seven Veils I like. Never Said. Mesmerizing is good. Fucking Run. Divorce Song. Flower. Stratford on Guy. You know, it's got 18 songs on here, but I love them all. So I had to get this reissue. Beautiful stuff. And then a couple of months ago now, actually, I picked up this one, Hanx by Stiff Little Fingers, which is a, let's see, a Northern Irish punk band from like the late 70s. And this is their live album from 1980, and it's got like their best songs on here, and you get a live atmosphere. I don't own that many live albums, but this thing is actually a very good punk rock live album, so definitely recommend that. And then at the same time, I expanded my Big Audio Dynamite collection a bit with their second album, Number 10 Upping Street, from 1986, I think. it came out. And for those of you not familiar with Big Audio Dynamite, it's the band that Clash guitarist Mick Jones formed after he left the Clash, and they were working a lot with sampling and, you know, dance music. So really cool project actually. Some of the best songs on here is Come On Every Beatbox, Limbo the Law, V13 is probably my favorite. But you know, Dial a Hitman is fun, Sight CMC. It's actually pretty good stuff. And I'm very near to completing my Big Audio Dynamite collection, so I'm only really missing Megatop Phoenix, which is their 4th album, and their sort of 90s stuff, like let's see if I remember what they're called, F-Punk and Big Audio, something like that. And then the last record that I've got to show you guys this time is Join Hands by Siouxsie and the Banshees, a record that I actually got from my dad. And it's definitely not their best stuff. It's got some good tracks on there, but I don't think I will listen to this record that many times. Maybe it will grow on me, but it's just a bit too much post-punk really. But you know, fun to get free records. So those were all the records that I had to show you guys this time. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, hit the like button and maybe leave a comment. Bye!